boxing. I am sitting in the gym parking lot doing my quick 1-2. I had some thoughts. I see a lot of a lot of people complaining about Devin Haney versus Rolly Romero and things like that, right? But then today, one of my homeboys, he said something to me in a text, and I thought what he said was interesting. So he said to me, "It's looking like it's going to be Devin Haney versus Rolly Romero, and possibly Ryan Garcia versus Lewis Crocker, and then if everything goes as planned, if Devin beats Rolly, and if I'm sorry, excuse me, I'm like stuttering here and stumbling over my thoughts. I'm thinking about other stuff while I'm doing this. But if Devin were to beat Rolly and Ryan was to beat Lewis Crocker, we now have an undisputed fight set up, which in my opinion I think is a beautiful setup. I don't think that Devin and Ryan needs to happen next. It can happen next because it's a unification, but it doesn't need to. I see a lot of people complaining about Devin versus Rolly. I don't have any complaints about that. I actually like that fight for a couple reasons. Devin fought Ryan, and we know how he lost, whatever. Some people don't really want to talk about how he lost. They just want to laugh about it. I mean, whatever the case is, we will say that, okay, Devin lost, whatever, and Rolly beat Ryan. So we got the stage set for a guy who, quote unquote, lost to Ryan, and a guy who beat Ryan. So they have a common opponent. One had success and one didn't. Like I said, for the obvious reasons, we know what happened. Really gotta, delve too deep into that. But I do think that that is a fight that should happen. Regardless if you like it or not. Even if you don't like the fight, you can't you can't ignore the fact that it is a unification. It's absolutely a unification fight, and I don't have a problem with unification in any weight class. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that the belts should be together. Really, I think there's too many belts, but I mean, it is what it is. I don't have control over that. But I mean, with that being said, there are 4 belts, and Devin is one of them guys where he wants to unify belts, and I don't have a problem with that. So I think that that's a fight that can happen. I think it's a fight that should happen, and I think it's funny now that Rolly Rolly is suddenly so willing to fight Devin Haney after he said that he had no interest in fighting Devin Haney. It's funny what a purse bid against a nobody will do to you. You know what I mean? And I think, on Rolly's behalf, it's smart business to duck the purse bid against GSL, the mandatory, and fight Devin Haney for a bigger bag because Devin is a big bag fighter. I just saw your man at Dickhead for Nine talking about Devin Haney was is Z side and he don't have no value and all that goofy shit. And and Devin Haney is everybody's big money fight. Anybody at 147, if you're Ryan Garcia, you make the most money at 147 fighting Devin Haney. If you're Rolly Romero, you make your most money at 147 fighting Devin Haney. If you're Lewis Crocker, you make a ton of money fighting Devin Haney. I'm your mom's fucking boyfriend, nigga. Fuck you talking about. So there's a lot at stake to fight Devin as far as your financials and shit like that, the ability to fight for a belt and shit like that. So you got options or whatever. So if I'm somebody at 147, if I'm a title holder or whatever, and I got mandatories and all of that, but I can unify against Devin, I mean, yeah, you're probably gonna lose, but you'll make good money, and I think that that's ultimately boxing is about making money. Yeah, like the belts is cool for sure. I love title fights. I love seeing guys that I like holding straps, but these guys outside of what I like to see and what they what I like and what I want, these dudes, they want to get that bag, and Devin Haney is a clear path to making a lot of money. And Rolly Romero knows it. No matter what he says, no matter how he behaves, Rolly knows the value of Devin. I think Rolly thinks he could catch Devin. But I also think that Rolly knows if he doesn't catch Devin, he's gonna get fucking peppered all night long, and that's just not something that Rolly wants. But look, I'm about to hit the gym. I just want to say that real fast. I don't really be on here too long. I don't know how dudes be doing long lives. I don't have that much to talk about. You got to have a real fucking skill to be able to talk for that long and keep people's attention for that long. Myself, I don't care that much, man. Like, shout out to my guys that do. Me, I don't know if I don't care enough or I just can't. Whatever the case is, man, I can't talk that long, bro. But I'm going to take off. The weights is calling me. I'm about to get this work done. Y'all be safe. Y'all enjoy y'all night. But yeah, it looked like we might be getting Devin versus Rolly. They're talking about it might be at the Barclays in May. Last time Devin was at the Barclays was against Ryan Garcia. I was there. I was at that fight. For me, it wasn't a great night. Obviously, I'm a Devin Haney fan. When I was driving home that night, I wasn't like shell shocked, but I was like bewildered. I was like, God damn, like my boy got fucking cooked. And, but I was just like, listen, it's part of the game. And I think that when you want to be the best, you got to take chances. I respect Dev for putting himself in that position to settle that 3-3 tie with Ryan and the amateurs and shit like that. At the time, I respected Ryan Garcia for taking the Devin fight after he fought Gervonta Davis. Ryan was showing me the traits of a guy who will fight anybody, and it's unfortunate that Ryan did the things that he did as far as the drug use, the racism, the crazy talk, and everything like that. It's unfortunate because even if Ryan doesn't reach the level of like super duper world champion, like face of boxing type shit, Ryan had a lot to offer to the sport, and I think Ryan still does have a lot to offer to the sport if he cleans up his act and really act like he got some fucking sense and fight clean. You know what I mean? I don't see why Ryan couldn't be, pivotal and vital to the landscape of boxing, which I already think he is. It's just unfortunate that he is the person that he is these days. And but it is what it is. Ryan gonna be who he is, and all we can do is continue to push for these fights, and hopefully, if like my homeboy said, Devin and Rolly is the first fight, Ryan and Lewis Crocker will be the second fight, and then in the fall or maybe sometime in the winter we get Devin and Ryan rematch. Make sure Ryan clean, and let's get a good fight. But yeah, I'm taking off, y'all. Y'all be cool, man. Enjoy your night, enjoy your dinner, enjoy your time with y'all wives, y'all kids, and all that, y'all husbands, whoever you are watching. And I get with y'all.